Phil, given that 1 in 3 people in Europe will be diagnosed with cancer and that they're living longer, what do you think are the problems that face cancer patients in Europe?
Well, you know, I think the whole element of the cost of cancer, the fact that programmes are in place that are not quite meeting the needs, the preventative programmes, people are working so hard to get the message out, and of course the message is getting out, but there are still elements where there's whole tranches of society that are exposing themselves to new cancers, and there's better diagnosis, there's better treatments, but of course there's a huge cost involved in that. And I suppose, you know, in times of austerity, the focus of governments may be misapplied in terms of what the reality is for people who are diagnosed with cancer. And you know, having had a very close relative who's got not 1 but 2 cancers, survived both, I have to say. But I know firsthand what the experiences are like for those people, and it's the emotional roller coaster in terms of that. But you know, I suppose the big issues are supports and services that will meet their needs into the future, and also that there's sufficient finances there to support them as well.
Right. And with the problems that cancer patients do face, particularly in relation to employment and private insurance, what do you think can be done at a European level to stop this discrimination?
Well, you know, the fact that it's called a discrimination, first of all, is the first step, and recognising that this is absolutely a discrimination is, to me, it's a major starting point. I think that the education of people who are in the know and have the ability to influence legislation, who have the ability to talk to these leaders and make them see that this is not just something that can be compartmentalised and you know, pushed under the carpet, that people that have cancer who are living with it, coping with it, dealing with all that goes with it, cannot be marginalised because they happen to be misfortunate enough to contract something that is, you know, can be so debilitating. We have lots of examples now of people who live long, healthy and happy lives even with the cancer. So there is no basis for saying that there's a panacea here and one size fits all, and if somebody is diagnosed with cancer, they're a big insurance risk. That is not the case. And in fact, you know, I think insurance companies are going to have to get real in terms of what these people need. So I think that legislation is going to be the way to go.
Great. And what do you think the ECL as an organisation of cancer leagues in Europe can do to support you in getting those changes made at European level?
Well, I think now I want to welcome the fact that I'm here today and that the opportunity is here for MEPs to actually interact with, for what is us. I know it's a green week and that technically means that we have time to come to everything. This in fact was a priority for me in this week. I think getting the message out there that we're all singing from the same hymn sheet. I think the fact that we have an opportunity to work together, and in terms of being in Europe and being MEPs representing this country, you know, the green jersey is worn in cases like this where you are operating for the highest good of all concerned. So there isn't an element of politics or you know, people in opposition or in support. Everybody is singing from the same hymn sheet.
Thanks, Phil.